Hello and welcome to Speedway Portal's production of the Barracks Bonanza grass track racing that we've got here right at Dalton Barracks in Oxfordshire, a famous venue for grass track racing. It came back last year, a brilliant meeting last year. I'm sure that many of you were joining us for that one. We are back again for a second year and we have got once again a fabulous lineup of upright solos, 500cc solos and 1000cc right hand sidecars. First of all, the upright solos, we have got pretty much all of the decent upright solos here today. The reigning champion Tony Atkin, he's here, alongside Jason Prynne and several others as well, very quick upright solo riders. The 1000cc right-hand sidecars pretty much is a who's who of 1000cc right-hand sidecar racing at the moment. The reigning champion, Mark Cossa, he's got a change of passenger late on here. We're not too sure who he's going to have on yet either, so it's interesting to find out. Those of you that joined us last year for the Barracks Bonanza will remember that we had a tremendous sidecar final between Mark Cossa and Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. They went absolutely toe-to-toe for 4 laps. It was a brilliant race under very difficult conditions given the rain. As you can see today, we've got perfect conditions for grass track racing, but we're sure to see some more brilliant racing in the sidecar class. The 500cc solos, well, once again, plenty of stars in amongst it. Chris Bomber Harris is here. It's his first visit to the Dalton Barracks circuit. We're looking forward to seeing how he goes. Zach Weikneck is here as well, and several other very good 500cc solo riders. The reigning champion, James Shanes, he's not here. He won last year in spectacular form. He's still got that niggling injury that he's dealing with his arm. We're really sad to see that James isn't here today, and we do wish him all the best. So in a moment, we are in the pits. We're going to go and have a look, see if we can catch some riders, see if we can get their thoughts ahead of this one, the Barracks Bonanza. So first rider we found, we had to really, didn't we? Chris Bomber Harris. Chris, at the grass track, obviously you've had a busy season so far and probably come into this meeting with a lot more laps under your belt than most of the others.
Yeah, no, started off a good season, busy on the Speedway. First grass track one though, so it should be interesting, and yeah, here to have some fun.
Obviously a big season on the grass track and long track, so good to get your eye in nice and early, I would imagine. Yeah,
definitely. I need to get on the old grass a bit more and ride these rougher tracks than I'm used to. So yeah, but no, I'm here just to have some fun and say get some laps on the grass. They're not the bikes I was using for the long track, unfortunately. They're not quite ready yet. So but they're last year's bikes, so we're here to have a bit of fun.
And obviously you've had a quick look at the track, I'm sure. What do you make of the Dalton Barracks track?
Yeah, well, I've walked to the pit gate here and that stuck my head over the fence, so or the ropes as they call it. So yeah, it looks okay. A lot of people said it cuts up a little bit, but yeah, it's we're here to have a bit of fun and just to enjoy it.
Well, good luck today, Chris. Obviously lots of people really pleased to see you here today, and yeah, hopefully it all goes well and is a good start for the rest of the season.
Hopefully, thank you very much.
So we've now gone over to the sidecars. We've got Colin Blackburn. Colin, you seem to be the man that's taking it to Mark Cossa at the moment, and yeah, it seems like much the same given what happened at Tallington.
Well, yeah, we didn't do much last year and probably won't do much this year. We just put in as much effort as we can to what we do, and yeah, it is what it is. We do what we can and see what happens.
See, in 2021 you seem to have a bit of a quieter year. Obviously the disappointment at the Masters and a couple of other disappointments. Then 22 you seem really determined again, and obviously the meeting here was a fabulous final.
Yeah, I've had a few bits and pieces going on over the last year or two, which has probably took my head off it a little bit. But yeah, the final here last year we was fairly determined once the tape went up.
Yeah, it was a great final. I mean, you and Mark went at it for 4 laps and right to the line as well. But it wasn't the last one either, Colin. You had a few good battles with Mark over the year, and the Masters again, you weren't too far away from him.
No, we keep trying. He does seem to be just that step in front a little bit, but we try not to let it phase us. We keep having a go and doing what we can.
Any changes for the bike this year?
Just the same. Probably still some muck on it from last year.
Why change it when it's going so well?
The only thing we've done after the Masters last year, the ACU sealed it to measure it. They measured it week before Christmas, so then we thought, well, while we've got it in bits, we might as well refresh it. So we had it rebuilt, refreshed, and we've just had one meeting on it up to now, a steady one at Tallington, and so that'll let it be its running in, because I dare say it'll have a fairly hard one today.
So obviously back here this year, so close last year, and a track you did ride well at back in the 90s as well. So confident today?
Well, I'm never overconfident, but yeah, I'll say we'll all just have a go. I think confidence grows after practice a little bit.
Well, good luck today, Colin. Have a good meeting and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
So we've now caught up with one of the upright favourites for today, Bob Dolman. And Bob, we were just talking before. Always the way the bike starts revving up as soon as we start talking. But you rode here last year. Great to have this venue back, isn't it?
It is. It's a well-known venue from many, many years ago when I first started it on the 500 class in the 80s. I used to come here, and it's nice to have it back on the calendar.
Yeah, it's great, and obviously another good lineup of uprights today. A lot of big riders here in your class.
Yes, a lot of people, they think, oh, the uprights are from the past, but we are one of the biggest groups of riders, and a lot of riders from the 80s and 90s, they are coming back onto, it's all like a retirement plan sort of thing. You come back on the uprights, and with the modern engines we can put in now, it does show a very competitive class.
Excellent, and obviously you've been racing for a long time. You've been racing at the very top of the sport as well. Still not losing any of the enthusiasm though.
Everyone said when I have children, you go downhill a bit, but when I had my son, it seemed like I got more confident. But living abroad for a long time, racing in Germany a lot, and then I had about 8 years where I didn't do nothing, and then Mr. Sweeby asked me to come back and do a race for Steve Schofield after he got injured down at Collier Street, and he lent me one of his 350 bikes, and I got the bug back.
And that was about 20 years ago, Bob.
It was, yes, 21 years ago, I think.
Yeah, well, great to see you here, and obviously you were talking before, you've had a go already this season.
Yeah, I've been in Holland last week. I'm back on a Dutch licence this year, so I'm riding a few Dutch championships and some national meetings in Germany, just to keep fit really. And last year I was here, like many riders, sort of first meeting back. You do suffer from it, so I thought I'd try to get a bit more organised this year, and I went over to Holland last Saturday, got third in the championship there, and I'm a bit more positive today than I was last year.
Well, that's great to hear, Bob. Obviously we're looking forward to seeing you up against Tony Atkin and Jason Prinn and all the other riders, so good luck for today, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you, and hopefully we can come back next year.
Great stuff. So we've got the parade of riders kicking off things here at the Barracks Bonanza, and we have got the man who many people are considering is the favourite today, Chris Bomber Harris, coming past us right now. We have been told that both Zach Weiknecht, who was one of the favourites in the 500 solos, and Mark Kosser in the 1000 sidecars, neither of them are here this afternoon for various different reasons. So we've got Eli Meadows, number 84, 87 Mickey Simpson, and 282 Mike Dowling. Will Thirlby, number 47, and Jamie Fenn-Smith, number 32, look very, very quick in practice. Number 35 on the uprights is Ben Phillips. And 117, James Laker, who's done plenty of National Development League Speedway recently and always enjoys his grass track too. Number 7, down from Yorkshire, Andrew Whittaker. And John Cox, another rider from up in Cheshire. Luke Harris, number 26 in the 500 solo class. Number 89, Luke Tuck. Number 45, Sean Bickley. Jack Roberts, number 474. And Stevie Green, number 66, along with number 17, Gareth Hickmock. Gareth and Stephen going very well at Tallington recently. Number 10, Tony Atkin in the upright class, the current champion. Number 92, Charlie Powell, who was involved in that incident with Mark Kosser last night, which I'll talk to you about in a moment. Paul Cooper, number 11, certainly one of the favourites this afternoon, been going very well on the grass last year. Nigel Coates, number 7. Tim Mount, number 17. David Hollingsby, number 5. Theo Piper from the Netherlands, an interesting rider in the 500 class. Chad Wurtsfield, number 21, superb here last year. 211, George Penfold. 101, Cameron Taylor, who takes his debut on the 500 solos this afternoon. Ryan Ashcroft, number 145. Dave Hammond on the uprights, 120. Of course, Dave is a Paris-Dakar rider from years gone past. Martin Adams, number 12, also on the uprights. Great to see Jason Prinn back on this year, number 25 in the upright class. A really good strong rider in that upright class. We've got Dave Meyrink, number 63 from the Netherlands, a rider that many are tipping to do well here this afternoon. Dave Meyrink, one of the best riders in the world at the moment. So here are the sidecars. Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson leading them around. Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney from Cornwall. Colin Blackburn, number 25, and Carl Pugh. Mick Stace and Terry Madley, number 18. We've got Bob Dolman in amongst these sidecars. Number 16, we caught up with Bob earlier, of course. Terry Saunders and Liam Brown, number 24, a really good up-and-coming crew. The husband and wife crew, Andrew and Michelle Minard, number 19. Number 30, Steph Blythe and his son, Morgan Blythe. Number 10, over from Guernsey, Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend. We've got Dave Mears in amongst that as well. Dave Mears, number 19. The man who has brought all this together, Michael Austin and Vinnie Branch, his passenger, number 991. Looking forward to seeing how well they go. 92, Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb, who won the Speedway last night up at Kings Lynn. Number 20 is Jordan Fish, Dale Fish and Jordan Fish. Will Offen and Ricky Pay, number 80. Number 191, Trevor Heath and Sam Heath, the British number 3 crew. And looking very similar there, number 181, that's Rob Heath. And his passenger today is, not sure actually, Mr. Newman, I think. Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards, number 29. Good to see Tom and Wayne here. Kieran Newman is the passenger for Rob Heath. So those are all of the riders for this afternoon. The next time we see them, they will be with their helmets on, ready to race. So a bit of late practice here for Will Offen and Ricky Pay, and for Dale Fish and Jordan Fish. Will Offen and Ricky Pay rode at Kings Lynn Speedway last night, so it was a lot of work through the night. Got back home in the early hours of the morning to get themselves here. And another thing that happened at that Kings Lynn meeting is that Mark Cosser unfortunately had a nasty accident in the final and has unfortunately injured himself, so he's not here today. He is the reigning champion, and he was by far and away the favourite for this afternoon, and it really does open up the meeting. Everyone looks quick. You can see from these four lads here, these four lads look quick as well. It really is an open meeting in the sidecar class without Mark Cosser. Anyone could win the Barracks Bonanza, and we're looking forward to seeing who that's going to be. So here we go then, race number 1 here at the Barracks Bonanza, and we have got the 500cc solos kicking us off here, and we have got Gareth Hickmott in gate number 1 in this one. Chris Harris is out of gate 2, and I can see that he's already got himself lined up over there on the start. Gate number 3 is Eli Meadows. It'll be interesting to see how the young man gets on here on the 500cc solo. And another rider out of gate 5 here who is new to the 500 solo class is Cameron Taylor, number 101. James Laker, number 117 out of gate 6, and Ryan Ashcroft completes the lineup off the outside. So a solid looking lineup here. Chris Harris certainly starts as favourite in this race. And as you can see, he looked very quick in practice, and he is very determined. He is ready on the line for this race number 1. So tapes up, away they go, and Chris Harris has made a good start. It's Ryan Ashcroft that's made a good start off of gate number 7, but Chris Harris already has got a very commanding lead out in front. Gareth Hickmott's come through to that 2nd place. Cameron Taylor's found his way up to the 3rd. Ryan Ashcroft has dropped back a little bit after that really quick start. Ryan Ashcroft is now in 4th place. Cameron Taylor is racing Gareth Hickmott for that 2nd and 3rd. He does look quick in that 3rd place. So Gareth Hickmott, a very experienced rider in that 2nd place. He's now got to hold off Cameron Taylor, but Chris Harris is looking absolutely home and dry here already. He looks incredibly quick as he leans the machine over long track style out in front. Big year for Chris Harris, number 2 in the world, of course, on the world long track scene. He will want to have another good year on the long track and grass track. So further back, Gareth Hickmott, he's allowing the machine to ride wide in this 2nd and 3rd place. Cameron Taylor is still very close to him, of course. Gareth Hickmott, he's got to use all of his experience. He's let Cameron Taylor go round him. Gareth Hickmott has allowed Cameron Taylor to go round the outside, and he looks quick down the back straight. The checker flag has gone out, and it's Chris Harris that takes the win in race number 1. This battle for 2nd, it looks like it's going to be won by Cameron Taylor, the youngster. He takes a 2nd place. Good ride from him. Gareth Hickmott 3rd. 4th place to James Laker. 5th place there for Ryan Ashcroft. And Eli Meadows finishes in 6th. So a commanding victory from Chris Harris to begin his account this afternoon. So race number 2 is coming on to the line, and we have got Andrew Whittaker, number 7, out of gate number 1 this time. We've got 21 Chad Wurtzfeld, who was incredibly impressive here last year. He's out of gate 2. Luke Harris in gate 3. Stephen Green gate 4. Charlie Powell gate 5. And Charlie was involved last night. He was actually on the back of Mark Cosser when they crashed at Kings Lynn last night, so hopefully not feeling any injuries here. George Pardo is number 211 in gate 7. And Jack Roberts completes the lineup in gate 8. We've got no Zach Voigtneck. He's not here this afternoon. So tapes up, away they go. Jack Roberts has made a good start off the outside. Charlie Powell's there as well. And they're all very close as they go into this first turn. Chad Wurtzfeld has held back. But it's Charlie Powell who leads as they come around this turn. Andrew Whittaker's found his way into that second. But he's got Stephen Green all over the back of him at the moment. Stephen Green's gone very wide. Stephen Green drops across the front of Andrew Whittaker as they go into this top corner. So once again, the battle really is for second place here between Stephen Green and Gareth and Andrew Whittaker. Jack Roberts is in that 4th place, watching this battle closely. Charlie Powell's looking good here in that front place, but Stephen Green, he's now broken away from Andrew Whittaker. Further back, Chad Wurtzfeld is battling away with Luke Harris. Chad Wurtzfeld, he is very quick going into that turn. Chad Wurtzfeld, he is a very quick rider, obviously a little bit slow into that first turn, but he's now making up the places. So Charlie Powell leading the way, Stephen Green in that second. Jack Roberts has now got onto the back of Andrew Whittaker for that third, and I think that might be where the places are going to change next. Andrew Whittaker, he squeezes the power on down the back straight in that 3rd place, but Jack Roberts has got close to him. The checkered flag has come out. Charlie Powell takes the win. Stephen Green's going to be 2nd. Jack Roberts is putting Andrew Whittaker under tremendous pressure. Andrew Whittaker gets 3rd. Jack Roberts 4th. Chad Wurtzfeld 5th. Luke Harris 6th. And George Pardo will finish in 7th. So race number 3 coming to the line here, the 3rd of the 500cc solo heats, and we've got an absolute banger here. We've got Paul Cooper on gate 1, Jamie Fenn-Smith off of gate 2, Will Thirlby gate 4 this time, Dave Meyerink, the Dutchman, in gate 3, Luke Tuck comes in to gate 5 here, Mickey Simpson in gate 6, Theo Piper gate 7, and John Cox out of that gate 8. So some very quick riders coming together in this race number 3, including those 2 Dutch riders. So tapes up. Away they go. It looks like Theo Piper's made a very quick start. Dave Meyerink, it's both the Dutch riders in fact. Paul Cooper's gone past Theo Piper into that first turn. Meyerink is struggling with the machine in that turn. Paul Cooper takes a lot of roost, but it's Dave Meyerink who leads. Theo Piper's got back up the inside of Paul Cooper. There's a battle on for second as Paul Cooper has now dived up the inside of Dave Meyerink. A real battle here between these 3. So Dave Meyerink looks very quick in that first place. Paul Cooper's now got himself away from Theo Piper in that 3rd, and in fact Theo Piper is coming under pressure from Jamie Fenn-Smith for that 3rd place. Mickey Simpson is holding on to that 5th place. So Jamie Fenn-Smith having a go here at Theo Piper, the former European champion. Mickey Simpson in fact has got close to Jamie Fenn-Smith as they go into this turn, and it's Mickey Simpson who is making the moves, throws the machine in. He's caught right up with Theo Piper as well as they come around this turn. So there is a battle here for 3rd, but at the front there's a battle. Dave Meyerink has been caught by Paul Cooper for that 1st place now. Into this final turn, Paul Cooper dives into the turn. He's gone past Dave Meyerink. Meyerink's got to turn the bike hard up the inside. It's going to be a chase to the line. Dave Meyerink wins, and Paul Cooper has thrown a chain, or something's gone wrong. He picks up 2nd place. Theo Piper 3rd. Mickey Simpson 4th. Jamie Fenn-Smith. But drama for Paul Cooper. A brilliant race there in race number 3. So race number 4, and we go to the 1000cc sidecars here, the first of the 1000cc sidecars, and first to come into line, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. Now, they have lined up there right on the outside. Michael Austin and Vinnie Branch, gate 6 on the inside. So we've got gate 1 on the outside, 6 on the inside. Will Offen and Ricky Pay in that gate 4 in the middle. Mick Stace and Terry Madley are the outfit number 18. And Andrew and Michelle Minard coming into gate number 5 here in place of George Penfold and Joseph Knight. So Interesting looking open encounter here. Here we go with the sidecar competition. So tapes up, away they go. It's a very even start. Will Offen and Ricky Pay have made a good start off the middle, but it's Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson who lead into the first turn. They take the whole shot. Mike Austin has gone across the corner going into that turn, and he's now got Andrew Minard up the inside of him. It is Mike Austin who gets into that third though, but at the front, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson, they've got themselves into the lead. A perfect start, a perfect first corner. Will Offen and Ricky Pay now battling away on that inside. Outfit number 80, they're going to have Michael Austin and Vinnie Branch all over the back of them very soon. They are looking very determined in that third place. So back down the back straight, Mike Austin and Vinnie Branch, they do look quick in that third, but at the moment Will Offen and Ricky Pay, they've got enough to hold a lead over Mike Austin. So this is an impressive ride from Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson at the front. Mike Austin does look a lot quicker around this pit corner. He's a little bit quicker going into the corner. He is definitely closer to Will Offen in that second place as they go down the back straight. But as you can see, he's getting absolutely filled in as they go down the back straight. Mike Austin and Vinnie Branch. You can see here he's able to turn the bike a little bit harder, a little bit quicker, get the wheels in line much quicker. But Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson looking very impressive in this one. Experienced crew, of course. Outfit number 15 looking good in this one. They'll be pleased to get their account up and running with a win here. In that second place, it looks like Will Offen and Ricky Pay are much more secure now in that second place. But it's going to be a win for Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. They take the win. Second place to Will Offen and Ricky Pay. Third place, Mike Austin and Vinnie Branch. Andrew and Michelle Minard fourth. And it's Mick Stace and Terry Madley who finish in fifth. So race number 5 coming to the line, and already there we have got Dale Fish and Jordan Fish, who had a late practice earlier on, of course, looked very quick in that late practice. But we've got a real clash here because we've got Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards, number 29. We've got Terry Saunders and Liam Brown, number 24. We've got Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney, number 78. Dale and Jordan Fish, who have looked quick as well. And we've got Rick McCauley and Alan Hoskin off the inside here. So we've got 5 very capable outfits here. So Tom Cosser the last to settle on that start line, that gate number 4. So tapes up, away they go. They have all got away very close together. Terry Saunders has made a good start. Terry Saunders and Liam Brown, they lead into the first turn. Everyone else gets there all at the same time. Rick McCauley goes right across the whole of the pack, but it's Terry Saunders who leads down the back straight. He's chased by Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards. Dale Fish and Jordan Fish are in that third, and Rick McCauley's managed to make his way back up into that fourth ahead of Kieran Hicks, although Kieran Hicks has got back past him at the back. But Terry Saunders and Liam Brown looking good in this one. Tom Cosser at the moment, he's the man who's got to chase Terry Saunders in that first place, but Terry is looking very, very quick. Always quick to get off the start, Terry Saunders. He really does seem to have gating to a fine art, and he is leading this one very comfortably here. Tom Cosser at the moment, he's trying to cut the corner off. He's trying to be tight coming off of that corner, and he has made up an awful lot of ground in this lap. So this race perhaps has not been run because Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards, they do look quick in that second place. So round this turn, Terry Saunders, he's trying to turn the bike hard, but Tom Cosser, he's definitely able to turn the bike an awful lot harder coming off of this pit corner. That's where he's making up the ground at the moment. So one more lap to go. Can Terry Saunders cling on? He's certainly got Tom Cosser bearing down on him in that second place, but there is quite a gap as they go back into this pit corner. So once again, Tom Cosser will look to turn hard up the inside, but Terry Saunders and Liam Brown look quick. They take the win. Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickard have to settle for second. Dale and Jordan Fish finish third, and it's going to be Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney who come home fourth, and Rick McCauley and Alan Hoskin will complete the 5. Good win there for Terry Saunders and Liam Brown, getting their account off just the way they would like to. So race 6, the 1,000 sidecars, the third heat of this first leg is coming into line. Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb, the first crew to come into line, fresh from a sidecar speedway win last night. So The last time they were turning a bike in anger was winning the final at Kings Lynn, so they are in good form. Clint Blondell, they will be in gate 1 right on the outside here. Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend. Clint, of course, over from the Channel Islands. We have got Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh in this one as well. Of course, a fantastic performance in that final here last year. Looked quick in practice as well. Outfit number 25, they'll be in gate 2, so they'll be out on the outside as well. Steph Blythe and Morgan Blythe and Rob Heath and Kieran Newman do look like this is looking very worrying for them in this opening ride. They did have a bit of trouble getting that machine started earlier on as well, and now they've pushed the machine back into the pit, so it does look like we're not going to have outfit number 181, Rob Heath and Kieran Newman, and that's a real shame. So we've seen how important the starts are so far. So tapes up, away they go. Colin Blackburn has made a fantastic start. It's Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh that have got a few bike lengths ahead as they go into that first turn. The other three all get there together. Trevor Heath, Paul Whitelam and Clint Blondell. Clint Blondell's been forced wide by Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb. It's Paul Whitelam that sets off after Colin Blackburn. Trevor Heath has got past Clint Blondell for that third place. So Clint Blondell got really beaten up in that first turn. So Colin Blackburn leads, but he's got Paul Whitelam all over the back of him here. Paul Whitelam losing the chair wheel a little bit, coming off of the pit corner and has to regroup. So Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh looking very, very quick at the front. Paul Whitelam did look quick initially, but he's just moved back a little bit now. Just fallen back a little bit in that second place. Trevor Heath and Sam Heath in that third, not able to make an impression on Paul Whitelam at the moment. So Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh looking comfortable here. We know they ride this circuit well. Paul Whitelam has turned the bike hard in that second place. He has got a bit closer to Colin Blackburn as they go down the back straight, but he loses a little bit of speed in the middle of the straight. So the last lap flag is being made ready. If Paul Whitelam is going to make an impression on Colin Blackburn in this lead, he's only got one more lap to do it. Trevor and Sam Heath seem to have got a little bit closer to Paul Whitelam in that third. So down the back straight, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh looking comfortable now. Paul Whitelam has dropped back. In fact, he's allowed Trevor Heath and Sam Heath to get much, much closer to him as we get to the end of this race, and Trevor Heath has stopped. Problem for Trevor Heath in that third place. Colin Blackburn takes the win. Paul Whitelam comes second. Clint Blondell finishes third. Steph Blythe finishes fourth, and Trevor Heath and Sam Heath having to push over for that fifth place and to get the points. And having a look at the machine, it does look like they've got a chain gone there. But a good win for Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, and we hope that that chain hasn't done any damage on the machine of Trevor and Sam Heath for that fifth place. So race 7, we turn our attention to the upright solos, and we have got, out of gate 1 this time, we've got Nigel Coates, number 7, number 10, Tony Atkin in gate 2, Martin Adams, number 12 in gate 3. Ben Phillips will be number 35 in gate 4, number 45, Sean Bickley will be in gate 5, Eddie Rouse in gate 6, we've got Mike Dowling in gate 8, and we've got Tim Kernock out of gate 9.
So wrapping up a full race for the 7th first pick of the upright solos.
So away we go then, and it is Tony Atkin who's made a really good start. It's Tony Atkin that's already leads as they go down that back straight. Ben Phillips is the rider that's following him in that second. Mike Dowling's their third, although he's got a rider up the inside of him. Nigel Coates up the inside of Mike Dowling for that third and fourth. Sean Bickley tucks into that fifth. Tim Kernock has had a disastrous first corner at the back. So Tony Atkin has already leapt away from the rest of the pack, and there's a fight on for that second, third and fourth. It is Ben Phillips at the moment that holds that second place. Mike Dowling, though, has managed to get himself free from Nigel Coates, and he is chasing down Ben Phillips for that second place. So once again, we've got a battle for the second and third places. Mike Dowling, lots of experience, of course. He will try and put that to good use here to try and catch Ben Phillips, but Ben Phillips is looking quick in that second, but not as quick as Tony Atkin. Tony Atkin looks absolutely superb in this race. He looks really, really fast. Won the event last year. He's got another lap to go here, and he is looking impressive. But at the back, Tim Kernock is trying to make up some room, I can tell you. But Mike Dowling in that third place, looking good in this one. Ben Phillips in second. Mike Dowling has now gone. In fact, as I say that, Ben Phillips has gone wide, and Mike Dowling has made up some space on that second and third. So Tony Atkin takes the win. It's close for this second and third. Ben Phillips does hold on that second. Mike Dowling third. Nigel Coates fourth. Sean Bickley fifth. Tim Kernock still trying to make up the places. He does get up to sixth. Martin Adams in seventh, and Eddie Rouse in eighth place. So impressive there from Tony Atkin. He's going to be the man to catch this afternoon. So race 8 then, the upright solo second heat, first leg, and we've got David Hollingsby out of gate number 1 here, number 5. Bob Dolman out of gate 2, number 16. Tim Mount, gate 3, number 17. Number 19, Dave Mears, gate 4. Jason Prynne out of gate 5, number 25. Luke Tuck in gate 6. Dave Hammond in gate 7. Mark Chessel in gate 8. And Phil Kinman off the inside in gate number 9. So, another interesting upright heat here. Several potential winners here as the tapes go up. Dave Mears has made a great start. And Bob Dolman is very quickly with him as they get to that first turn. So it's Dave Mears and Bob Dolman that head into that first turn together. It's Dave Mears on the outside. Dolman's got past him though. It's Dolman that leads coming out that turn. He fills Dave Mears in down the back straight. Some riders come very, very wide down this back straight. Jason Prynne completely off the circuit as they go down that back straight, and Jason Prynne in that fourth. He's now fourth now. He's chasing after third. Jason Prynne went through 3 riders there around that turn. And now Jason Prynne is attacking Phil Kinman for that third place, and Jason Prynne has worked his way through into third. So Jason Prynne once again goes very wide down this back straight. So Jason Prynne has now secured that third place, and he sets after Dave Mears in that second. Bob Dolman looking impressive here. Tony Atkin looked impressive in the opening one. Bob Dolman is looking good in this one, and they certainly are the favourites here. Further back there's a little bit of action as Luke Tuck is now attacking Phil Kinman. It's Tim Mount in fact that he's attacking for that fourth place. Luke Tuck, he's trying to go around the outside of Tim Mount. So the battle's still raging for that fourth place. Tim Mount comes back at Luke Tuck. So Bob Dolman takes the win. Dave Mears finishes second. It's Jason Prynne that's going to be third. Luke Tuck has fought the machine round. It's going to be close on the line. Luke Tuck finishes fourth ahead of Tim Mount in fifth. Dave Hammond sixth. And David Hollingsby will complete the results with a 7th place. So we move to race 9 and the second leg of the heats, and we have got gate number 1, we've got Charlie Powell, number 92, gate 2, George Pardo, gate 4, Andrew Whittaker, 5, Gareth Hickmott, gate 6 is Paul Cooper, gate 7 is Chris Harris, gate 8, Luke Harris, and gate 9, Dave Meyerink. So we've got Dave Meyerink and Chris Harris here, 2 first heat winners. In fact, Charlie Powell as well, so all 3 of the first heat winners come together here in this race number 9. Paul Cooper, of course, would have won that race had he not broken down. So a very interesting race 9 here as tapes go up. Away they go, and it's a very clean start. There's 3 together there, Cooper, Meyerink and Charlie Powell. Chris Harris is further back. So all 3 of them dive into that corner together. It's very close. They come through this turn. Paul Cooper is the rider that leads as they come off that turn. That was a brilliant first turn, but Charlie Powell's gone diving up the inside. So Charlie Powell takes over the lead again. He's trying to turn the bike. He's fallen on the outside. So Charlie Powell has fallen, and it's now Dave Meyerink who leads. So an interesting race here. Charlie Powell has got up, but Dave Meyerink has inherited the lead. Chris Harris is in that third place. Paul Cooper has set sail for Dave Meyerink in that second, and he's quick into the turn. Paul Cooper, he's lost his chain guard going into that turn, but that won't slow him down too much. So a tremendous opening to this race. They have started to spread out and calm down a little bit, but Paul Cooper, he looks quick in that second place. Of course, he lost that second place. He lost that first place in the opening ride when he was chasing Dave Meyerink. He's got very close here. So Meyerink gets away a little bit down that back straight. Paul Cooper will be very quick into this turn. He's gone in much, much more quickly than Dave Meyerink. But I think the Dutchman's done enough. It's another win for Dave Myrick, number 63. Paul Cooper second. Chris Harris finishing third. Andrew Whittaker fourth. Gareth Hickmott will finish fifth ahead of Luke Harris in sixth. George Pardo finishes seventh, and Charlie Powell, the early leader, he remounts to finish eighth. What a race there in race number 9. Fantastic racing between those 4 riders. So race 10 then, the 500 solo, second leg, second heat, and we have got Ryan Ashcroft this time coming out of gate number 1, number 145. James Laker out of gate 2, number 117. Then we've got gate 4, Theo Piper, number 115. Gate 5, Jamie Fenn-Smith, number 32. Chad Wurtzfeld, number 21, gate 6. And John Cox, gate 7. So we had a tremendous race 9. What is going to happen here in race number 10? Somebody can get a win under their belts here. It's Theo Piper who's made the best of it. He leads down the back straight. Ryan Ashcroft again has made a good start, and it's Ryan Ashcroft that heads into that second, but he's quickly overtaken there. First by Chad Wurtzfeld, and then John Cox. And Ryan Ashcroft goes back to fourth, but it's Theo Piper that leads. He's got himself away here nicely, and it's Ryan Ashcroft's now lost that fourth place to Jamie Fenn-Smith as well, so he has gone backwards there after a very, very good start. John Cox has slowed up in that third place, so problems for John Cox in third. But Theo Piper looking good here. Former European champion, of course, Theo Piper looking very, very quick in this one. Ahead of Chad Wurtzfeld, who looks a little bit more like his usual self in that second place this time. Jamie Fenn-Smith is in that third ahead of Ryan Ashcroft in fourth. And James Laker fifth, so we're a little bit spread out this time. One more lap to go for Theo Piper. Chad Wurtzfeld looks happy to stay in that second place at the moment. He's not getting any closer at the moment to Theo Piper, who looks like he's got things under control in that first place. So now Chad Wurtzfeld has decided to attack. Chad has now got close in this last part of the race. Late on, Chad Wurtzfeld made a challenge, but it was all a little bit too late. So Theo Piper takes the win, Chad Wurtzfeld second, Jamie Fenn-Smith third, Ryan Ashcroft finishes fourth, and James Laker finishes in fifth.
Laker in fifth place.
So race 11, the third of the 500 solos, leg 2. We have got Will Thurby out of gate 1 this time, number 47, number 66, Stephen Green out of gate 2. Jack Roberts, number 474 out of gate 3. And then we've got Mickey Simpson in gate 5, Eli Meadows in gate 6, Luke Tuck in gate 7, and Cameron Taylor in gate number 9. So tapes up, away they go. Jack Roberts has made a good start, as to Stephen Green. And it's Stephen Green that leads into the first turn. Ahead of Jack Roberts then, Cameron Taylor is in that third place. So Jack Roberts is trying to turn the bike hard up the inside, but Stephen Green leads. Jack Roberts in that second place, Cameron Taylor third, Mickey Simpson's in that fourth, but he's having a look up the inside of Cameron Taylor. In fact, he goes past into that third. So that's a good turn from Mickey Simpson up on the pit corner, and he's now chasing Jack Roberts in that second, and Mickey Simpson goes up the inside of Jack Roberts as well. He's straightened up a little bit in the middle of the turn, then turns in front of Jack Roberts. So a great ride from Mickey Simpson to get himself into that second place. So now Mickey Simpson, can he make an impression on Stephen Green? He certainly looks quick in that second place. He's allowed Stephen Green to get away a little bit down that back straight. So Stephen Green up on the inside, lots of experience under his belt. He will try and make the circuit as small as possible so that Mickey Simpson will have to ride round him. Into this pit turn, Mickey Simpson, he is very quick. Now he's starting to attack Stephen Green. This will be an interesting final corner as they come up to the checker flag. Stephen Green, he'll know that Mickey Simpson is there. He's got to try and cling on that inside. Mickey Simpson's got nowhere to go. And it's a win for Stephen Green. Mickey Simpson with a great ride in that second place. Jack Roberts third. Cameron Taylor fourth. Will Thurby will finish fifth. Luke Tuck will finish sixth. And Eli Meadows comes home in seventh.
Eli Meadows in seventh place. Winning race number 1.
So race 12, we turn our attention to the 1000cc sidecars here for the second leg, and coming to the line this time we have got in gate 1 Dale Fish and Jordan Fish. They had a third first time out. Joe Mogg comes into the lineup this time with Rick McCauley in the chair. Gate 2. Gate 3 is Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend. Gate 4, Michael Austin and Vinnie Branch. And then 2 first heat winners. Gate 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. And Gate 6, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. So here we go, and it is the 2 outfits on the inside that make a good start. Clint Blondell's made a good start in that third, but it's the 2 riders who won their opening ride who get to the first turn first. It's Colin Blackburn who leads. Matt Fumarola in that second. Problems for Michael Austin at the back. So Matt Fumarola here chasing down Colin Blackburn. Both of these riders opened their accounts with a win. So Dale and Jordan Fish attacking Clint Blondell for that third and fourth as well. So there's action all over the track at the moment. Clint Blondell here and Dale Fish both end up coming infield and having to try and turn left to get into that turn. Now Clint Blondell's got himself a bit of daylight between himself and Dale Fish. So problems for Michael Austin, who is going slowly in the centre of the circuit. Colin Blackburn looking good in front. Matt Fumarola has got absolutely no answer to him here. Colin Blackburn looks very, very quick out in front. So Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh looking good once again here. Looking very, very quick. They are pulling away from Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson in that second place. Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend holding on to that third, but they are taking some unusual lines coming out of this turn, and Dale and Jordan Fish have seen that in that fourth place. They're very quick down the back straight, and it looks like Dale Fish is going to attack Clint Blondell into this pit corner. Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh take another win. Matt Fumarola has pulled up as he comes to this finish. Dale Fish and Clint Blondell are chasing to the line. Gets very close at the end, so lots of drama to take in at the end. Matt Fumarola did cling on to that second ahead of Clint Blondell and Dale Fish, but hopefully that's not too much of a problem for Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. Great win though for Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. So race 13, 1000 sidecar, second heat of this second leg, and we have got coming to the line this time Steph Blythe and Morgan Blythe off of gate 1 on the outside there. Gate 2 will be Andrew and Michelle Minard, number 19. Gate 3 is Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney. Gate 4 we have got Trevor and Sam Heath, who had that problem at the end of the race last time. Mixed Ace and Terry Madley off of gate 2. And gate 6 we've got Terry Saunders and Liam Brown. So tapes up, away we go. Terry Saunders has made a flyer off of gate 1. Trevor Heath is in there in second. Kieran Hicks has made a much better start in that third. But Terry Saunders and Liam Brown absolutely leapt off the start, and they lead once again here. Of course, they won their opening ride. So this will be very useful for them, already on 7 points. Looking like they're going to get another 7 points here. They are very, very quick coming out of that turn. Trevor Heath and Sam Heath in that second place, of course, trying to make up points, having shed the chain in their opening ride. Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney looking much better in that third time this time. So Terry Saunders and Liam Brown looking very impressive this afternoon. Had a comfortable win in their opening ride. They're looking comfortable once again here in this second ride. Trevor Heath and Sam Heath at the moment have got no answer to the speed of Terry Saunders and Liam Brown. Trevor and Sam Heath have let Kieran Hicks go a little bit, or Kieran Hicks has let them go rather, in that third place. So back round this pit corner then, Terry Saunders and Liam Brown. Very, very quick off the start. That's so important this afternoon on such a fast circuit. They are making no mistakes off the start. Kieran Hicks in that third, Steph Blythe in fourth. Further back, Mixed Ace has won that battle with Andrew and Michelle Minard this time around. Those two crews were battling in their opening ride as well. So the checkered flag is being made ready. It's going to be a win here, and another win for Terry Saunders and Liam Brown. They keep the pressure on Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. Trevor and Sam Heath finish second. Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney in that third, ahead of Steph and Morgan Blythe, Mixed Ace and Terry Madley, and Andrew and Michelle Minard in that 6th place. So race 14, the 1,000 sidecar heat 3 of this second leg is coming up to the line, and we have got in this one, coming off of gate 1 on the outside, Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb. Rick McCauley and Alan Hoskin will be off of gate 2, number 50. Gate 3 will be Will Offen and Ricky Pay. Gate 4 will be Rob Heath and Kieran Newman. Gate 5, Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards. And gate 6 will be absent here. This is where Mark Cosser ought to have been. So just the 5 outfits for this one. And somebody gets a chance here to put a win on the points chart here, because none of these riders have had a win so far this afternoon. So but certainly Paul Whitelam, Tom Cosser, and perhaps even Will Offen, who has looked fairly quick as well. Rob Heath didn't manage to come out the first time, so here we go. Tom Cosser's made a cracking start off the inside, and it's Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards. They lead going into the first turn. Rick McCauley and Paul Whitelam are very close together for that second and third. Paul Whitelam has gone up the inside, and Paul Whitelam goes through into that second. But Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards made a fantastic start, and they now lead comfortably in this heat. Paul Whitelam there giving chase. Will Offen has now moved Rick McCauley over for that third, and it's Will Offen who now comes through for the third. Rick McCauley's gone very, very wide. And now Rob Heath is now going to attack Rick McCauley for that 4th place. So Rick McCauley, after a tremendous start, has now found himself right at the back. So really beating up Rick McCauley and Alan Hoskin for that 5th place now. But Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards at the front, looking very, very quick here. Once again, they made a fabulous start. Will Offen and Ricky Pay have got problems in this 3rd place. They've gone off the circuit. They have rejoined. I think that they must have had a problem further up the track. So one more lap to go then. Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards looking very comfortable here, ahead of Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb in that 2nd place. Will Offen has already made up at the back. He's already made up to 4th place as he chases after Rob Heath. So Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards, they'll get their first win of the afternoon here. They come round the turn. It's going to be a win for Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards, a good win for them. Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb will pick up a 2nd place here, ahead of Rob Heath and Kieran Newman. If they can cling on to this 3rd, Will Offen is chasing them down towards the start-finish line. But it's Rob Heath 3rd, Will Offen 4th, and Rick McCauley will finish in 5th. So a great ride and a great win for Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards. So here we go with race 15 back to the uprights, and we've got Bob Dolman and Tony Atkin together here, and it is Bob Dolman and Tony Atkin that make the best start. They are absolutely together down that straight. Bob Dolman is the rider who leads into the turn ahead of Tony Atkin, so Bob Dolman is the one that shows what can Tony Atkin do here. Both of these riders won their opening ride, of course. Tim Mount and Sean Bickley having a battle for that 3rd and 4th, but eyes at the front because Bob Dolman is the leader here ahead of Tony Atkin. But Tony Atkin is a very quick upright rider. He is not going to want to let Bob Dolman have a win here in this heat. So Bob Dolman looking good here for a win ahead of Tony Atkin. This really is a stamper for the rest of the meeting, because these two really are the favourites this afternoon. So Bob Dolman at the moment looking very, very comfortable in that 1st place. Turning the bike hard, it's very grippy in that turn, but they do look like they've got things under control. One more lap to go for Bob Dolman, and really at the moment it doesn't look like Tony Atkin's got an answer to him. So down the back straight, Bob Dolman looking very fast, of course, racing in Holland last week. Came here for this one today. He's going to take a win, and he'll be pleased with this one. He's won ahead of Tony Atkin in that 2nd place. So we've got to wait further back here for 3rd and 4th, and they are racing to the line. Tim Mount is the rider, finishing 3rd ahead of Nigel Coates in 4th. Dave Hammond 5th. Sean Bickley finishing in 6th, and David Hollingsby will come home for 7th. So Bob Dolman setting out his stall here in this 2nd leg. He takes the win ahead of Tony Atkin. So race 16, the upright class once again, the second heat of this second leg, and we've already seen Bob Dolman beat Tony Atkins, so we will have a new heat winner here. And who will it be? We could be Luke Tuck off of gate 1, Eddie Rouse gate 2, Mike Dowling gate 3, Jason Prynne gate 4, Ben Phillips gate 6, Dave Mears gate 7, Phil Kinman gate 8, and Martin Adams gate number 9. So here we go with race 16 then. They are ready up the tapes. And tapes up, away they go. As they go hurtling down to the first corner, Dave Mears is the rider who has got himself into the front of the pack, and Dave Mears has got a healthy lead. Ben Phillips is going around the outside. Phil Kinman was the rider that led initially. Jason Prynne once again is having to ride round the outside of people after starting slowly. Luke Tuck's trying to tuck up the inside as well. They're all over each other for that third, fourth and fifth. Phil Kinman is in that third place at the moment, but he has got Jason Prynne all over the back of him. Prynne now still goes around the outside. He looked like he was going to switch up the inside, but he has gone once again for that outside line. Now Jason Prynne is through into that third place. He's now going to chase after Ben Phillips. There's a tremendous tussle for fourth now. Mike Dowling has come through for that fourth, but he comes under attack once again from Luke Tuck. Luke Tuck is moved wider, and now Mike Dowling has got away. So Mike Dowling has got a little bit of space now, Mike Dowling in that fourth place. And he looks to make sure that he is secure in that fourth place, although he is now chasing after Jason Prynne. So Mike Dowling is the man on the move here in that fourth place, but at the front Dave Mears looking very, very impressive. This really is a big win here, big win for Dave Mears as he comes round the final turn. He takes the checker flag. Second place will go to Ben Phillips. Jason Prynne's trying up the inside, but he ends up third. Mike Dowling in fourth, Luke Tuck fifth, Martin Adams sixth, Kinman finishes up seventh, and Eddie Rouse in eighth place. So Dave Mears now joins the other two riders as one of the uprights who has had a win this afternoon. So here we go with race 17, the 500cc solos, and we've had a lot of track work go on between the last race and this race, so the circuit has been prepared. Theo Piper comes to the line this time after winning his last heat. Charlie Powell comes to the line here in gate 7 as well after leading the last heat before falling. We've also got Luke Tuck in gate 1, Cameron Taylor gate 2, we've got George Pardo gate 4, Andrew Whittaker gate 8 and James Laker gate 9. So just waiting for James Laker, I believe, who seems to be having a problem away from the start line. He's now pushing back to the pits, so no James Laker here. So away they go. Charlie Powell's made an excellent start once again. It is Theo Piper that chases him. Andrew Whittaker's there as well. So Whittaker has managed to squeeze his way into that second place. Theo Piper's thrown the bike sideways. It's Theo Piper that comes through to the second. But it's Charlie Powell who leads. Theo Piper in that second. He's going to have to hunt down Charlie Powell now. This is the corner where Charlie Powell fell in that opening ride. He looks like he's got it sussed this time. Cameron Taylor has come through into that third ahead of Andrew Whittaker now, who lost out big time on that opening lap. So Charlie Powell looking good here ahead of Theo Piper. Cameron Taylor looks like he's won that battle for third now ahead of Andrew Whittaker. George Pardo is the rider in fifth place. Cameron Taylor is now looking to chase down Theo Piper, but Piper is looking quick in that second place. Not as quick as Charlie Powell though, who is looking very, very fast here. So the battle for third and fourth still rages. Cameron Taylor at the moment, he is leading Andrew Whittaker for that third place, but Andrew Whittaker is not giving up in that third and fourth place. And you can see what's happened here. Cameron Taylor has been pushed onto the back of Theo Piper as he's had to defend from Andrew Whittaker. Charlie Powell is going to comfortably win this one, but there is a battle here. Theo Piper's going to finish second. It's going to be very close between third and fourth. Cameron Taylor just hangs on to that third ahead of Andrew Whittaker in fourth. George Pardo fifth, and Luke Tuck finishes in sixth place. A solid win there for Charlie Powell as he starts to mount the points So race number 18, the second heat of this third leg of 500 solos. We have got Luke Harris out of gate 1 this time. Gate 2, John Cox. We've got Mickey Simpson in gate 4. Jack Roberts in gate 6. Eli Meadows in gate 8 and Paul Cooper in gate 9. So Paul Cooper has been going very well so far. 2 second places. Mickey Simpson looked quick in that last ride as well. He earned himself a second place. Jack Roberts has been making some fast starts so far this afternoon. So an interesting one here. Can Paul Cooper finally score up a heat win here? So tapes up, away they go. Paul Cooper has made a good start once again. Jack Roberts has made a good start. Luke Harris is following him in there in third. Mickey Simpson is back in fourth. So look for Mickey Simpson to work his way through. Jack Roberts has got into a bit of a mess in the middle of the corner. But Paul Cooper is in the lead. Luke Harris has inherited that second place after Jack Roberts made that mistake in second. Mickey Simpson is now looking for a way past Jack Roberts to take over that third place. So Mickey Simpson, he looks quick down the back straight. Jack Roberts is going to have to force him wide. Mickey Simpson's gone wide. He's tucked back up the inside and Mickey Simpson has earned his way through into that third place. Paul Cooper is absolutely gone here, but Jack Roberts has now gone up the inside of both of them and Jack Roberts takes over that second. Luke Harris comes back around the outside. He's back into second. A good battle this. And Paul Cooper's stopped out in front. So Paul Cooper has come to a stop. So now this battle for second is now the battle for first. Luke Harris looks like he's lost something. That could have been his steel shoe that he's just lost. That's going to cause him a problem. Jack Roberts dives up the inside. Luke Harris without that steel shoe. That will affect his balance here. So he's got one more bend to negotiate to hang on to this. Luke Harris. Paul Cooper is pushing round up on the inside. Jack Roberts hasn't got an answer to him, but it's going to be a win for Luke Harris. A great win for Luke Harris ahead of Jack Roberts in second. Mickey Simpson third. So Eli Meadows is going to collect the points for fourth, and Paul Cooper, having managed to complete 3/4 race distance, he should be awarded with this fifth place and get some points, but a disaster once again for Paul Cooper. Great ride for Luke Harris though.
He's picked up.
So race 19 now at the gate, and we have got some very big riders here. Chris Harris, Dave Myring, Stephen Green's had a win of course, but tapes up, away they go. Chris Harris has made a good start. Dave Myring has made a good start as well, and it's Myring who leads going into the turn. Chris Harris now goes round the outside. He's going to mount a challenge right round the outside. It's a great ride from Chris Harris. Dave Myring looks across at him. Can he stop him as they go back into this pit turn? Myring on the inside. Harris lays the bike over on the outside. He's very quick on that outside line. And it is Chris Harris who leads down the back straight. Dave Myring is headed for the first time this afternoon. Stephen Green's in that third place. And there's a whole gaggle of riders in fourth, fifth and sixth. But at the front, Chris Harris doing a great job to get past Dave Myring in the early stage of this race. The battle rages for this fourth, fifth and sixth. Chad Wurtzfeld currently engaged in battle with Gareth Hickmott and Jamie Fenn-Smith over that fourth, fifth and sixth. So Chad Wurtzfeld has now forced his way through into that fourth, but at the front, Chris Harris looking very, very quick. A tremendous style as he comes around that bottom turn, laying the bike over. Dave Myring is having to settle for second here. Chris Harris, whatever changes he's made, they have worked here because he looks incredibly quick. He takes a win in race 19 ahead of Dave Myring in that second place. Third place will be Stephen Green, Chad Wurtzfeld fourth. Gareth Hickmott will pick up a fifth place ahead of Jamie Fenn-Smith in sixth. Seventh place here to Ryan Ashcroft. And Will Thirlby comes home in eighth. A great win there for Chris Bomber Harris. So race 20, back to the sidecars, the third leg of the sidecars, and we have got Andrew and Michelle Minard in this one. We've also got Matthew Marola and Andy Wilson who have had a win in a second. We've got Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb who are still looking for a win. Joe Mogg and Rick McCauley out of gate 4 and no gate 5, and we've got Trevor Heath and Sam Heath off of gate 6. Trevor and Sam of course dropped the chain in their opening ride and then had a decent ride in their second outing. They will need some points here. Paul Whiteland will be looking for points as well. Matt Fumarola is in amongst the points too. So a good clash here as the tapes go up on race 20. So Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson have made a good start. Trevor and Sam Heath have made a good start off the inside. They all get there together. And it's Trevor Heath that dives up the inside. Fumarola's going to have to work his way round the outside. That's exactly what he does. And it's Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson who lead down the back straight. Trevor and Sam Heath now, they will drop off. Paul Whiteland's going to try and work his way round the outside. All three of these outfits are together as they come round here at the end of lap 1. So Matt Fumarola leading the way ahead of Trevor Heath. Paul Whiteland is working overtime in that third place to find a way through, to force a gap. He's looking up the inside. Trevor Heath, he's quick down the back straight though. So back into the pit corner then. These three outfits still very close together. Trevor Heath has turned the bike hard. Coming off this turn, he's going to have a look up the inside of Matt Fumarola. Fumarola is fast. Trevor Heath's had to put their brakes on there. Going into the turn as Fumarola chops his nose off going into the turn. A tremendous sidecar race in action here, and now Whiteland gets close. So things closing up here. The last lap flag's being made ready, but there's still a lot of racing to do here. Now Trevor Heath is up the inside. Paul Whiteland's been filled in that third place. One more lap to go, and what tremendous action we've got here. Matt Fumarola still leading as they go down that back straight. Now Paul Whiteland's had to back off. He's been completely filled in that third place. Round the final turn for the final time. He's had to work hard, but it looks like Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson have done enough. They take the win. Trevor and Sam Heath finish second. Paul Whiteland and Richard Webb third. A tremendous battle between these three outfits. Andrew and Michelle Minard fourth, and Joe Mogg and Rick McCauley pick up fifth place. Fabulous sidecar racing, but a win once again for Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. So race 21, the 1000cc sidecars, the second heat of this third leg, and we have got Tom Coster and Wayne Rickards off of gate 1 this time. They won their last ride. We're not expecting to see Michael Austin and Vinnie Branch. I think that they've had bike problems and won't be coming out in this one, so with no Michael Austin, we have got Mick Stace and Terry Madley in 3, Terry Saunders and Liam Brown yet to be beaten out of gate 4, Rob Heath and Kieran Newman gate 5, and Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend gate 6. So Terry Saunders has been very, very fast off the start so far. Will he make it 3 out of 3 here? Tapes go up, away they go. Tom Coster's made a good start off the outside. So it's Terry Saunders though who gets in front as they go down that straight, and it's Terry Saunders who leads once again. Tom Coster roars in after him, and it's Tom Coster that's got up the inside. They are absolutely neck and neck as they exit the turn. Terry Saunders has just got enough to get his nose in front going down the back straight. So Terry Saunders leading the way. Tom Coster is all over him. He's turned the bike hard. It's a chase, it's a drag race down the back straight. Terry Saunders has got to keep that speed up going into the turn. He can't afford to go defensive here because Tom Coster, he will find a gap. So back into the pit corner. Tom Coster looks incredibly quick in that second place. He's gone round the outside, he's gone back up the inside. It's a brilliant ride from Tom Coster. Absolutely neck and neck as they come past us. So Tom Coster and Terry Saunders locked together once again as they come off that turn. Terry Saunders just gets his nose in front down the back straight. So the last lap flag is being made ready. Terry Saunders is just about in front once again. There's a drag race down this back straight. Absolutely together once again. This is a tremendous sidecar race. Tom Coster is all over the back of Terry Saunders. Back down the back straight. What's going to happen on this final turn? So into the turn, Terry Saunders has got to go defensive. He's got to stay on that inside line. Tom Coster's tried to get up the inside. It's going to be very close to the line. Oh, absolutely fantastic sidecar racing. Absolutely tremendous between those two. Mick Stace does finish third, but I think just about clinging on. Terry Saunders and Liam Brown. Race of the day so far, without a shadow of a doubt.
Between Terry Saunders and Tom Coster.
So race 22, 1,000 sidecars once again, the third heat of this third leg, the final heat of this third leg, and we have got Rick McCauley here, who's been making some excellent starts. He's coming off the outside in gate 1, although I can't see him on the line at the moment, so I don't think Rick's coming out. We've got Stefan Morgan Blythe off of gate 2. We have got Dale and Jordan Fish off of gate 3. Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh unbeaten off of gate 4. Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney off of gate 5, and Will Offen and Ricky Pay off of that gate 6. So Colin Blackburn yet to be beaten. Can any of these crews put a stop to him? Away they go. So Colin Blackburn has made a good start, but Will Offen has made a good start too, and they are absolutely together going in that turn. Will Offen has pushed Colin Blackburn wide, and Colin Blackburn has had to go right round the outside, but Will Offen has got himself in front. This is a great ride from Will Offen. Colin Blackburn switches up the inside, and Colin Blackburn goes through. Can they turn the bike hard, or will Will Offen be able to attack back up the inside? Colin Blackburn's gone wide, but he's got plenty of speed. And Colin Blackburn once again leads here. It's a good effort from Will Offen there, and now he's under pressure from Dale and Jordan Fish. They're now working that outside line, Dale and Jordan Fish. Will Offen's got them on his shoulder there. So Colin Blackburn has got himself away here, but that battle rages for second and third. Will Offen is keeping himself on the inside, but Dale Fish has gone right round the outside of him. And now Dale and Jordan Fish have got themselves into that second. Will Offen goes infield as they go into this turn, and Kieran Hicks is now putting Will Offen under pressure. So from right at the front here, Will Offen to moving his way back. Hopefully he's not got a problem there. He seems to have got himself going once again. But Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, last lap flag is made ready. They are dominating this so far. They would have seen Terry Saunders go out and win their third ride. Colin Blackburn is piling on the pressure here by winning this one. So back into the pit turn. It's going to be a win and a third of the afternoon for Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. They take another win. A great ride from Dale and Jordan Fish to finish second. Third place there from Will Offen and Ricky Pay, just clinging on from Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney. And Steph Blythe and Morgan Blythe finish fifth. So race 23, we go to the upright solos now, their third leg, and we've got Tony Atkin out of gate 4 this time. Of course, he's had a win and a second. We've got Ben Phillips, who's had a couple of seconds out of gate 9 here. We've also got Jason Prynne, who's been there and thereabouts. He's in gate 7. Nigel Coates, Martin Adams, Tim Mount, Dave Hammond, Eddie Rouse, and away we go. And Tony Atkin's made a good start, as too has Ben Phillips, but it's Atkin who leads. Nigel Coates is working his way through. He's worked his way through into third. Jason Prynne back on that outside line. Ben Phillips has gone very, very wide, and he's allowed Nigel Coates and Jason Prynne up the inside of him. Tony Atkin is absolutely gone here. He really has stolen a march, but Nigel Coates has ridden well to get himself into that second place, but he's got Ben Phillips and Jason Prynne hunting him down in that third and fourth. Jason Prynne now goes into that third, and Tim Mount's now come past Ben Phillips as well. Jason Prynne goes round the outside of Nigel Coates. So it's Jason Prynne that takes up that second place. Nigel Coates third. Ben Phillips is in that fourth. Tim Mount is in fifth. Eddie Rouse and Dave Hammond are battling over that sixth and seventh. And Martin Adams getting involved in that as well. So Tony Atkin leading from Jason Prynne. Nigel Coates is still battling away for that third place. Ben Phillips is trying to go round the outside, and he has got round the outside of Nigel Coates as they come past us. So at the front, Tony Atkin looking very, very quick this time. He would have changed things around, ready for this one, no doubt, with Bob Dolman having led him in that last one. Round he comes for the final time. It's going to be a win this time for number 10, Tony Atkin. Jason Prynne finishes second, number 25. Third place will be Ben Phillips, ahead of Tim Mount in that fourth. Nigel Coates finishes up fifth. Dave Hammond sixth. Eddie Rouse seventh. And Martin Adams finishing 8th. So race 24 comes to the line, the uprights, the second heat of this third leg, and of course Bob Dolman here coming out of gate 8. We have got Sean Bickley in gate 1. We have got Phil Kinman in gate 3. Mike Dowling, gate 4, Tim Kernock, gate 5, David Hollingsby, Luke Tuck, Bob Dolman, and Dave Mears. And Dave Mears, of course, had a heat win as well earlier on, and he goes up against Bob Dolman here, who is completely unbeaten so far this afternoon. Can he make it 3 out of 3 here in race 24? So away we go, and it is Bob Dolman that's made a good start. He is led going down that back straight. Dave Mears is the rider in that second place. Luke Tuck and Mike Dowling are chasing down on Phil Kinman very quickly in that third, fourth and fifth. Bob Dolman makes absolutely no mistakes here. He is leading comfortably as they go down the back straight, down the front straight. Mike Dowling has worked his way into that third. Luke Tuck is in that fourth place. So Bob Dolman looking very impressive here. Mike Dowling and Luke Tuck are the riders locked in battle for third and fourth at the moment. Mike Dowling, he has been there and thereabouts this afternoon. Luke Tuck, of course, on this wide line, he is doubling up in the uprights and the 500 solos. He's riding very well in this one against Mike Dowling. That battle is raging. Mike Dowling is staying on the inside, but Luke Tuck is going round the outside. Luke Tuck, he just runs out of space there down that back straight. So already the last lap flag being made ready for Bob Dolman, who looks very, very comfortable here. Dave Mears in that second has got absolutely no answer to him whatsoever. Mike Dowling now has got away from Luke Tuck for that third place. So Bob Dolman yet to be beaten, of course. He beat Tony Atkin in that second leg. This will be 3 out of 3 for him as he comes round this final turn. Number 16 gets the win. Dave Mears, number 19, finishes second ahead of Mike Dowling in that third place. Luke Tuck fourth. Phil Kinman will finish fifth.
Nice to see you, Dave. For those of you who don't know, this is Dave Steer of the famous Steer frames for sidecars. Nearly every rider in the country used Steer frames at one time. Dave, unfortunately, is not in the best of health at the moment, and we are delighted that he's come to see us today. Dave, how are things going at the moment?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm feeling good, so
You're coping with this cold weather?
yeah. It's cold up north.
Of course, Dave, and down in Kent, obviously. Have you enjoyed the racing today?
Yes, it's good.
It's really quick, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Now, this young man here, his protege, is going extremely well this afternoon, isn't he?
Yes, it is. Going better on the old board.
Do you think he really is?
Yeah.
I know you've had some tremendous battles with Rob over the years. Is there anyone that you would like to bring to mind?
There's quite a few, but yeah. Probably the Ace of Aces, the last one.
Now, in the Speedway Star, you and him had battled it out all the meeting, and you reckoned he cheated at the start to get the quick start to beat you. Is that correct, Dave?
You're talking about
You're traders, sorry, you're the traders.
yeah, he come through the tapes at about 20 miles an hour.
Is that how you saw it? And how did you actually see it then, Rob?
He's probably right, you know, but yeah, that's the one to win, and you've got to have a good start. And obviously, Dave was going proper good all day, so we really knew we had to get in front of him as he was going to win every race that was out there. So that's it, really.
Talking of your young protege, flying this afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's his first one back today. Obviously, we had a few tests and whatever and stuff like that, and Terry loves it anyway. So as long as he enjoys it and we all go home, that's who I am.
When you see a superb track like this, Rob, do you still get the inkling to come and have another go?
No, not really. I was speaking to John Halsey down there, and I watched the one, I think it was Paul Whitelam, and the one he was in, and he was back in third, and he was just getting covered in so much dirt. And obviously when John was around, I've seen Laney around here today, Terry Phillips, all them sort of boys, and I'm sure, yeah, they don't miss it that much.
I mean, I know it takes a long time to get the track right, and I know people are getting cold, but the proof of the pudding was in the eating when you saw how both the solos and the sidecars went up that last track grade.
Yeah, for sure. You know, the club are doing everything they can, and yeah, I know it's a little bit cold, but yeah, you've got to have the safety of the riders, and like you said, it should end up for making some good finals, hopefully.
Going back to you, Dave, you're hoping to see some more grass tracks again this season?
Yes, definitely.
And obviously very nice of Rob to take you round. We were asked if we could go round, we got permission, and obviously big thrill for you to go round.
Yes, it was.
And nice to see a crowd like as big as this going back to the old days of grass track racing.
Yes. When I was back in the 70s, it used to be really big crowds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave's getting a bit cold, I think. Big round of applause, please, for Dave Steer, the man who's done so much for 1000cc sidecar racing in this country. Well, would you like to have the final word, Rob?
I just wish Dave all the best in the future. I know it's not looking great, but obviously the old boy's hanging in there, and that's all of us can do, really. We don't know what's around the corner, and yeah, hopefully it's all good.
Thank you very much indeed, Rob. Can you get back round again, Dave? Thank you very much for having me here with us. Have another way round and enjoy the rest of the meeting, and thank you for everything you've done for Grass Track. Thank you.
So good to see Dave Steer along with Rob Wilson and Ian Wales. Certainly this young grass track fan absolutely loved watching Rob and Dave Steer and John Halsey and Russelling and Ken Lane, and yeah, very much for a lot of us here that formed a lot of our love for grass track, and Dave and certainly his brother Mick as well, who built the frames, were a huge part of that. So good to see that Dave is here today. Obviously it's absolutely awful news about Dave, but just like Rob said, he's still fighting, and we wish him all the best. So leg 4 begins here with race 25, and we have got some big hitters in this one. Coming out of gate 2, Mickey Simpson, he's been there or thereabouts this afternoon. Charlie Powell, number 92, he won his last ride. Chris Harris, number 37, in gate 4. Dave Meyerink in gate 5. And Chris Harris, of course, the only one to have beaten Dave Meyerink this afternoon. Cameron Taylor in gate 6. George Pardo, gate 8. And Stephen Green, gate 9. So, tapes up, away they go. Charlie Powell's made an excellent start. Into the first turn they go. So Dave Meyerink is the rider that leads. Charlie Powell's followed him there as well, and he's got Chris Harris not too far, but Chris Harris has been filled in. So it's Dave Meyerink ahead of Charlie Powell. Chris Harris is in that third, and he's being caught quickly there by Cameron Taylor and Stephen Green. So Chris Harris has got a lot of ground to make up here. They're squabbling over 4th, 5th and 6th. Stephen Green at the moment is just holding the other riders at bay. Mickey Simpson is now attacking Stephen Green up the inside. So this 4th, 5th and 6th battle, very intriguing at the moment. At the front, Dave Meyerink, he has got a nice bit of a gap between himself and Charlie Powell for that second. Chris Harris is in that third. Mickey Simpson has now forced his way into 4th, but Stephen Green is back on his shoulder. Mickey Simpson has sensed that he's there, and he's gone a little bit quicker coming out the turn. Mickey Simpson's going to have to work hard to hold on to that 4th place. Stephen Green is really battling away hard in that 5th place. Meanwhile, for that 2nd place, Charlie Powell has been caught by Chris Harris. Dave Meyerink is looking excellent in this one, but Chris Harris has caught up with Charlie Powell. Charlie Powell's riding wide, Chris Harris up the inside. Chris Harris nicks 2nd on the line. Charlie Powell 3rd, Mickey Simpson 4th, Stephen Green 5th, Cameron Taylor finishes 6th, and George Pardo 7th. A terrific win there, though, from the Dutchman, Dave Meyerink.
From Charlie Powell.
So race 26 now coming on to the circuit, and we have got in this one Jamie Fenn-Smith in gate 1, Andrew Whittaker gate 2, Paul Cooper in gate 3, James Laker gate 4, Eli Meadows gate 5, John Cox in gate 6, though we haven't seen much of John, Ryan Ashcroft in gate 8, and Luke Tuck off of that outside gate in gate number 9. So Paul Cooper, of course, he's had a really torrid time of it. Mechanical failures in 2 of his 3 rides, and he has looked very, very quick the whole time, but he does need points in this one as away they go. Ryan Ashcroft's made a good start again, but it is Paul Cooper who leads. Andrew Whittaker is following him in there. Jamie Fenn-Smith isn't too far away either. So Paul Cooper gets himself away here. He'll want to just get himself home here and pick up these points for this win. Andrew Whittaker is in 2nd. Jamie Fenn-Smith is putting him under pressure for that 2nd place. So down the back straight, Paul Cooper looking good here once again. So Paul Cooper ahead, Andrew Whittaker in that second, Jamie Fenn-Smith in the third, Ryan Ashcroft fourth, Luke Tuck currently fifth, and James Laker battling away with Luke Tuck at the back. So Paul Cooper looking good here. This is a solid win this will be if he can just keep the machine going. He's had so much trouble this afternoon. Jamie Fenn-Smith is trying his best to get on terms of Andrew Whittaker in that second, but Paul Cooper, one more lap to go here. I think he'll just be relieved to get home this time after the luck that he's had so far this afternoon. Down the back straight he goes, round the final time, and Paul Cooper will finally pick up a win here as he comes off this turn. Number 11 takes the win, Andrew Whittaker finishes second, Jamie Fenn-Smith third. So Ryan Ashcroft and James Laker are battling over this fourth. It's James Laker that wins that battle for fourth ahead of Ryan Ashcroft, and Luke Tuck finishing sixth. So race 27, the final qualifying heat for the 500 solos, and Jack Roberts, who's been off that start quick, he's in gate 2 here. Chad Wurtsfield in gate 4, Luke Harris gate 5, Will Thirlby, Theo Piper and Gareth Hickmott, away we go. And Theo Piper's made an excellent start there. He leads down the back straight. Chad Wurtsfield has gone in after him. In fact, Chad Wurtsfield goes up the inside, and it's now Chad Wurtsfield who leads as they come off this turn. Great to see Chad going so well. He leads coming off of the first turn. Theo Piper's in that second place. Jack Roberts is in third ahead of Luke Harris and Gareth Hickmott, but this is fabulous to see. Chad Wurtsfield, he's got a big lead ahead of Theo Piper in that second place. He has been there or thereabouts this afternoon, Chad Wurtsfield, but he probably knew he needed some big points in this one. A very determined first corner, and he is now riding himself into a very comfortable lead here. So the spectacular style of Chad Wurtsfield, great to see him going so well here as he comes around this turn. He's got one more lap to negotiate to take his first win of the afternoon and get himself right in amongst the points. Theo Piper is in that second place. He's certainly going to be in amongst the points, although Jack Roberts has dived up the inside of him for that second and third. But Theo Piper managing to get himself back into that second place. So Chad Wurtsfield comes round, he takes the win. This battle for second still rages. Jack Roberts is now going to go around the outside, but it's just about Theo Piper ahead of Jack Roberts. Gareth Hickmott fourth, Luke Harris fifth, and Will Thirlby will pick up sixth place. So 1000cc sidecars, the final leg, and we have got an absolute banging heat here with Terry Saunders and Liam Brown unbeaten coming out of gate 1. We have got Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney out of gate 2. We've got Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards who have had a heat win. They pushed very hard in that last race. They're in gate 3. Gate 4 here is empty. Gate 5 is Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, who are unbeaten as well. And Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson out of gate 6. They've had 2 wins as well. So all of the top point scorers here come together in this one. Something's got to give here between Terry Saunders and Colin Blackburn. And they've got to keep their eyes on Tom Cosser and Matt Fumarola as well, who have been in tremendous form. So tapes up, away they go. It's an even break between the 4 of them. Colin Blackburn is the first to show. Into the turn they go. It's Colin Blackburn who leads. Tom Cosser's gone infield. It's Terry Saunders who chases after him. And problems for Tom Cosser at the back, so there is a problem. So at the front then, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh lead. Terry Saunders and Liam Brown, they're the chasing pairing. Colin Blackburn has run wide coming off this turn, but he's got lots and lots of speed. He's leading here against Terry Saunders and Liam Brown. Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson are in that third, and Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney aren't too far away in that fourth. So what will Terry Saunders do here? Will he hold back and just look at the lines that Colin Blackburn's taking, learn a little bit about what he needs to do for that final? Of course, both of these crews will be solidly into that final, having had such good afternoons. He has let Colin Blackburn get away a little bit here. perhaps settle in for second, but Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh look absolutely terrific in front. They really do look fast, of course. That final in 2022, Colin Blackburn was second and he led for such a long time. He really won't want that to happen this afternoon. He is in very determined form this afternoon. Matt Fumarola is still holding on to that third place ahead of Kieran Hicks. Tom Costa has got going in that fifth place. So round the corner for the final time. Carl Pugh drops down on the side of that machine. They guide it round the turn. They're very, very quick coming off the turn. It's another win for Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. 4 out of 4 for them. Terry Saunders and Liam Brown second. Fumarola and Wilson third. Very close for fourth and fifth. Tom Costa made up an awful lot of ground, but I think Kieran Hicks just about clung on to that fourth place. So the only rider going into the finals here, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, the only crew to go in unbeaten. So race 29, leg 4 of the 1000cc sidecars, and we have got in gate 1 here Joe Mogg and Rick McCauley. Gate 2 we've got Will Offen and Ricky Pay. Gate 3 will be Rob Heath and Kieran Newman, and in gate 4 we've got Andrew Michelle Minard. We've got gate 6 Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb. No Mike Austin and Vinnie Branch in gate 5. So some big points on offer here. Away we go then. So a good start from the outside. Will Offen and Ricky Pay's made a good start. Paul Whitelam's made a good start off the inside. It's Will Offen and Ricky Pay who lead into the turn, but Paul Whitelam goes up the inside. They get very, very close. Will Offen's tipped up the inside. It's got very close. They come out of the turn. Will Offen's completely filled in down the back straight. And now Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb have got a big lead. So a good first turn there from Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb. They have run wide off this turn though, and Will Offen has seen that. But they are very, very quick in that first place. Rob Heath and Kieran Newman have got themselves into that third place ahead of Andrew and Michelle Minard, but Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb, they lead here.
First time out, he's totally in control of this race, number 29 then.
So round the turn they come, Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb leaping in the air as they go over one of those bumps coming out of the turn. So at the back we've got Rob Heath looking good here in this one. Kieran Newman in the chair. Joe Mogg has stopped on the back straight. That's a shame to see. So one more lap to go. Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb, they've had to wait all day for their first heat win, but they are looking good at the moment. Will Offen and Ricky Pay in that second place. They have been in amongst the points all afternoon, Will Offen and Ricky Pay, but Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb at the front, looking good in this one. This will almost certainly see them safely into that final. It is a win for Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb. Second place will be Will Offen and Ricky Pay. Rob Heath and Kieran Newman hold on for that third ahead of Andrew and Michelle Minard in fourth. So the final qualifying heat here for the 1000cc sidecars, race number 30. And we have got Trevor and Sam Heath desperate for points here off of gate 1 off the outside. Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend, they stopped in their last heat, so they need some points here as well off of gate 2. Gate 3 will be Rick McCauley. Gate 4 is Dale and Jordan Fish. Gate 5, Steph Blythe and Morgan Blythe. And Mick Stace and Terry Madley off the inside here in gate number 6. So tapes up, away they go. Clint Blondell's made a good start there, and it is Clint Blondell that leads as they come down this back straight. Clint Blondell leads into the first turn. Trevor Heath has tucked up the inside though. It's a good move from Trevor Heath to tuck up the inside. He saw where Clint Blondell was going, and it's Trevor and Sam Heath who lead down that back straight then. So Clint Blondell tucks into that second, but he's quickly in danger from Dale and Jordan Fish in that third. Clint Blondell turns the bike hard off this turn. There's a drag race down the straight, but Trevor and Sam Heath have got enough. So Clint Blondell in that second place will look for a gap in front of him. Dale and Jordan Fisher watching carefully. Clint Blondell picked up a bit too much drive coming off the turn, and now Dale and Jordan Fish attack on the outside. So Clint Blondell, he's having to defend now. He was attacking and he's now having to defend from Dale and Jordan Fish, who are desperately trying to get round the outside. They get very close in the middle of the turn. And now Dale Fish gets completely filled in. He cuts back up the inside, and Dale Fish goes past Clint Blondell. A tremendous ride from Dale and Jordan Fish to get into that second place. Can they defend that position now? Clint Blondell has dropped away a bit. One more lap to go then. Trevor Heath and Sam Heath, their machine does not sound too healthy though as they go into the latter stages of this race. There is definitely something not right with that machine. It does not sound right as they come past us. So into the final turn, Dale Fish has pulled right up behind Trevor Heath. He's had to slow down there as they come off the turn. It's going to be close to the line. Just about Trevor Heath. Dale Fish in that second place. Clint Blondell third. Steph Blythe fourth. So certainly something not sounding right on Trevor Heath's machine, but a fabulous ride from Dale and Jordan Fish, battling away to the very end. So race 31 is the uprights, and the leg 4 of the uprights, the final heat of the uprights, and we've got Bob Dolman and Tony Atkin clashing again here, but the full lineup, we've got Mike Dowling in gate 1, Martin Adams gate 2, Luke Tuck in gate 3, we have got Eddie Rouse in gate 4, Bob Dolman 5, Tony Atkin 6, and then we have got Tim Mount in gate 9. Oh, and David Hollingsby in gate 8 as well, although we haven't seen much of David Hollingsby in this latter stage, and I can't see him on the start either. Away we go then. So Tony Atkin is the one that has gated first. Bob Dolman very quickly gets on terms of him. They go into the turn together, and it is Bob Dolman who leads. He's had to go into the turn a lot faster than Tony Atkin, and Tony Atkin comes up the inside. They come completely together as they come past us. Absolutely neck and neck. Bob Dolman just noses in front, going back into that pit corner. So Tony Atkin's now winding it up. He's gone back up the inside. It's a tremendous battle between Tony Atkin and Bob Dolman. Now what will Bob Dolman do? He's going to have to go round the outside. Tony Atkin's not leaving any gaps up the inside. They are completely together once again. 2 laps now with them absolutely neck and neck. Bob Dolman has just got himself in front again. 2 completely different lines by these riders around that turn, but now Bob Dolman has got himself away. So Tony Atkin, he battled away for 2 laps, but now Bob Dolman's got away, and Bob Dolman is looking good once again here. Tony Atkin, he doesn't seem to have an answer to him. There's 1 more lap to go. So 2 brilliant laps there, but Tony Atkin has now accepted defeat by the looks of it. Perhaps he's saving himself for that final. But Bob Dolman has been super impressive this afternoon. He fought off the fight from Tony Atkin there. He comes round the turn. It's going to be a win once again for Bob Dolman. 4 out of 4 this afternoon. Tony Atkin has slowed himself right down here. He takes that second place. Tim Mount will finish third, ahead of Mike Dowling in 4th and Luke Tuck 5th. And we've got Martin Adams coming home in 6th. So Bob Dolman, he is the man to beat. 4 wins out of 4, and twice he has managed to get the better of his rival Tony Atkin. So race 32 now coming to the line, and it's the last qualifying heat. It's the last qualifying heat for the uprights as well. And we have got Dave Mears off of gate 1 this time, Phil Kinman off of gate 2, Dave Hammond off of gate 3, Nigel Coates, Ben Phillips, Sean Bickley, Tim Kernock and Jason Prynne off the outside. That completes the lineup. So Dave Mears has been going well. He's had a win this afternoon. Ben Phillips has been there or thereabouts. Jason Prynne has been going well as well. And there's a problem on the line. It looked like somebody was touching the tapes. In fact, somebody's got the tapes wrapped around them. It looks like Nigel Coates has got a bit of the tapes still attached to his machine. So they will all go back to start again. So the rerun of race number 32 here. The clerk of the course deciding to not exclude anybody here as a cause of the stoppage. So we are as we were before. 19 Dave Mears, 11 Phil Kinman, 120 Dave Hammond, 7 Nigel Coates, 35 Ben Phillips, 45 Sean Bickley, Tim Kernock number 726 and Jason Prynne number 25 contesting this race 32. So tapes up, Dave Mears has made a good start, Jason Prynne's gone with him. And Ben Phillips is not too far away either. Nigel Coates is arriving in the corner very, very quick. He takes up a third place. So once again, Dave Mears gets himself in front, but he's got a very determined looking Cornishman in the form of Jason Prynne in second. Jason Prynne's gone very, very wide down this back straight. So the rest of them have got very close. Ben Phillips is in that third place, just ahead of Nigel Coates at the moment. But at the front, Dave Mears looking good here. So Jason Prynne in that second place at the moment, not able to make any impression on the lead being held by Dave Mears. Dave Mears really has been the best of the rest this afternoon with regards to Tony Atkin and Bob Dolman being so much faster. Dave Mears has picked up the pieces when they haven't been present. Jason Prynne at the moment leg trailing his way around that turn in that second place, but Dave Mears, he's got one more lap to go to pick up another win here in this upright race. So down the back straight goes Dave Mears with that distinctive style that he has that's won him so many races over the years. He's going to take a win here. It's a good win for number 19 Dave Mears. Jason Prynne finishes second. Third place to Ben Phillips. Nigel Coates fourth. Dave Hammond fifth, and Phil Kinman finishing sixth. So here we go, the B final for the 500cc solos, and a very important race. The top two from here, the top two over the line, will go through to that big A final. We've got Chad Wertzfeld, Andrew Whittaker, Mickey Simpson, Cameron Taylor, Luke Harris, Jamie Fenn-Smith, Gareth Hickmott and Jack Roberts coming through the line. 8 riders who have been there or thereabouts this afternoon, but through one reason or another haven't quite made it into that top 6. This is their last chance to get into the final, and away they go. Chad Wertzfeld's made a good start. He's got Andrew Whittaker with him. Jack Roberts has made a good start as well, but it's Chad Wertzfeld who leads as they come into this turn. Andrew Whittaker's run wide and he's allowed Jack Roberts up the inside. So Chad Wertzfeld has got himself away, but it really is that second place that's important here. Jack Roberts has got himself into that second once again. Luke Harris is now mounting a challenge around the outside of Andrew Whittaker. So Whittaker now rides hard into Jack Roberts into this turn. That second place is going to be so crucial here. Jack Roberts, a sensible ride there around the turn. He comes right on that inside line and defends his lead. So Chad Wertzfeld, he seems to have got into his stride a little bit here. He really is leading this one quite comfortably. There's a battle going on for 4th, 5th and 6th at the moment. But those all-important first 2 places, Chad Wertzfeld and Jack Roberts at the moment holding them, but Andrew Whittaker has not given up. Andrew Whittaker is now going to try and go round the outside of Jack Roberts. He's allowed a gap up the inside. He's been overtaken by Mickey Simpson up the inside. So Mickey Simpson is coming on strong late into this race. Once again, Whittaker goes out wide. Chad Wertzfeld's got this one won, but this second place is still not confirmed. Mickey Simpson's come out the inside. Jack Roberts just about holds on to it. Mickey Simpson 3rd, Gareth Hickmott 4th, Cameron Taylor 5th. Gareth Hickmott finishes in 6th. Well, some very close racing, but it will be Chad Wertzfeld and it will be also Jack Roberts who progress to the A final. So race 34 is the 1000cc Sidecar B final, and this one does look tough. Once again, top 2 here will go through to the final to meet the other 4 top point scorers. So we have got Trevor and Sam Heath, number 191. 29, Tom Coster and Wayne Rickards. Number 20, Dale Fish and Jordan Fish. We've got 80, Will Offen and Ricky Pay. 78, Kieran Hicks and Frankie Courtney. And completing the lineup, we have got number 10, Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend. We've seen how important these starts are this afternoon. Any one of these 6 crews could make the start here and go on to get themselves into that final. So tapes up, away they go. And it is quite an even break. Clint Blondell struggling to keep the machine straight. Tom Coster has made a fabulous start though. It's Tom Coster who leads. Trevor Heath is in that second. Will Offen has gone across the corner and gone very, very wide. Dale Fish finds himself in that third place. So Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards made an absolutely fantastic start. They lead the way here. Trevor and Sam Heath in that second place. Dale Fish and Jordan Fish are the crew in third, who will be trying to get on terms with Trevor Heath in that second place, because that is where they want to be. It's the top two that go through to the final, of course. But Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards looking absolutely fantastic in this one. They made a brilliant start and they really have not looked back at all. Trevor Heath is doing what he needs to do. Dale Fish is not far away in that third place. Any mistake made by Trevor Heath here, and Dale Fish no doubt will be up the inside, but Trevor Heath at the moment is doing what he needs to do to hold on to that very important second place. So the last lap flag being made ready here for Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards. They are looking like a safe bet for this final. Trevor and Sam Heath at the moment in that second place, looking good as well. Dale and Jordan Fish have dropped off a little bit in that third place now. So into the pit corner for the final time, and seeing their way safely through into the final it will be Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards. They go and join the finalists, as to number 191 Trevor and Sam Heath. And for Dale and Jordan Fish, they just miss out here, along with Clint Blondell and Chris Townsend, Kieran Nixon, Frankie Courtney and Will Offen and Ricky Pay. So then, the upright solo final. This is where the meeting will be decided for the upright class, and we have got coming to the line here 4 out of 4, of course. Bob Dolman, number 16, Dave Mears, number 19, Tony Atkin, number 10, Ben Phillips, number 35, Jason Prynne, number 25, number 282 Mike Dowling, number 17 Tim Mount, number 7 Nigel Coates, and number 89 Luke Tuck completes the lineup of 9 for this upright solo final. So far it looks as though Bob Dolman has got the measure of the whole pack, but it all comes down to this next 4 laps. Race 35, the upright solo final for the Barracks Bonanza 2023 is go. Away we go. And Tony Atkin has made a good start, as too has Bob Dolman. It's Bob Dolman that leads into the turn. Tony Atkin follows him in there. What has Tony Atkin got then to try and combat the terrifying speed of Bob Dolman? He leads out of this turn. Bob Dolman, he is so much quicker down this straight. Bob Dolman then leads. Tony Atkin, he will attack once again on the exit to the turn. Bob Dolman is very quick, coming off of that top corner. So once again, Bob Dolman is the leader. Tony Atkin in that second place. These two have got away from the rest of the pack. Tony Atkin does not have an answer to Bob Dolman. He has looked so fast this afternoon in all of his races. Ben Phillips is the rider in third, but Dave Mears and Jason Prynne are all over the back of him for that third place. But at the front, Bob Dolman, he is looking good here. He turns the bike hard in the middle of the corner. He's got one more lap to hang on. This battle for third rages, with Jason Prynne at the moment leading the battle for third, but Dave Mears is up the inside of Jason Prynne in that third place. Ben Phillips seems to have lost out and he's dropped back to 5th, but at the front, Bob Dolman, he has been peerless this afternoon. He's been completely unbeaten all afternoon. A tremendous win for Bob Dolman. He takes the win. Tony Atkin finishes in 2nd. Jason Prynne is going to complete his ride to finish 3rd. Dave Mears 4th. Ben Phillips 5th. Nigel Coates 6th. Tim Mount 7th. Luke Tuck 8th. And Mike Dowling 9th. And it's a win for Bob Dolman in the upright class. A terrific win from Bob Dolman. So he takes the appreciation off the crowd. Bob Dolman, he has been absolutely flying all afternoon. 3 times he has got the better of Tony Atkin. Tony Atkin was the defending champion. He's not been able to answer the challenge of Bob Dolman. And Bob Dolman once again looks like the upright rider to beat in 2023. For so many years he's been the man to beat in this class. And once again, the multi-British champion is looking like the man to beat. Congratulations to Bob Dolman. He gets the win. 2nd place was Tony Atkin. And Jason Prynne, brilliant to see Jason Prynne back on a bike after those awful injuries last year. He comes home 3rd. And that is our top 3 for the upright class. So the big 500cc solo final is coming to the line next. The big Barracks Bonanza solo final. And we have got competing in this one. Top point scorer today from Holland, number 63, Dave Meyerink. Number 37, Chris Harris. Number 115, Theo Piper. Number 11, Paul Cooper. Number 66, Stephen Green. 92, Charlie Powell. And then those two riders from the B final, number 21, Chad Wurtsfield. And number 474, Jack Roberts. So all of these riders, we've seen a lot of heat winners this afternoon. There's some very quick riders in here. But it's all about this 4 laps here that's about to take place. Will Dave Meyerink once again continue this amazing form that he's shown around here, or will Chris Harris have anything in reserve? Will Theo Piper be able to do something? Has Paul Cooper got something in reserve here? So tapes up, away they go, and Charlie Powell's made a good start. Dave Meyerink's gone with him. Chad Wurtsfield is at the back. It's Paul Cooper who's slicing his way through, but it's Charlie Powell who leads as they come off this turn. Dave Meyerink is there right up the inside of him. Paul Cooper's there too. Chris Harris has worked his way through into third. Charlie Powell's going round the outside of Meyerink, and Charlie Powell looks very quick on that outside line. It's Charlie Powell who leads. Dave Meyerink in that second. Chris Harris is third. Paul Cooper's watching the action in that fourth as well. So out the turn they come. Charlie Powell is looking good here as they go on to lap number 2. So Chris Harris is caught up now, and Chris Harris goes up the inside of Dave Meyerink. It's getting very close between these three at the front. So Harris is now right on the back wheel of Dave Meyerink. He attacks going into that turn. Chris Harris has gone through into that second. He's now chasing after Charlie Powell. Very close between these three. Some brilliant racing here. Now Chris Harris has gone up the inside. There's a half a lap to go here. Charlie Powell's got to cling on, or will Chris Harris get past him? Charlie Powell lifts on the back straight. He goes into this turn. He's got to try and turn the bike hard. Chris Harris has got up the inside. Whoa, it's just about Chris Harris. Fantastic racing right on the line. Right on the line, Chris Harris gets past. A tremendous 500cc solo final. Chris Bomber Harris, he waited till the final lap. Charlie Powell just went wide. He allowed a huge gap up the inside. Tremendous racing from both Chris Harris and Charlie Powell. And don't forget Dave Meyerink as well, the visitor from the Netherlands, who led the final for so far. Some tremendous racing from these riders today. They take the applause of the crowd as they come round. Charlie Powell, so close, but so far. Paul Cooper there. He congratulates Charlie Powell, but Chris Bomber Harris, a fabulous ride up the inside. So the final race of the day here at the 2023 Barracks Bonanza, the 1000cc sidecar, the big chair final, traditionally the last race of these big beatings, and we've seen some fabulous racing in the sidecars today. Coming to the line here, we have got Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh as top point scorers. Unbeaten so far, Terry Saunders and Liam Brown next to them, Matthew Moreira and Andy Wilson, Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb up the inside, Tom Cossa and Wayne Rickards, who fabulously won that B final earlier on, and Trevor and Sam Heath. So here we go, tapes up, away they go. It's an even break. Tom Cossa's made an absolute flyer from the outside. It's Colin Blackburn who leads, but Tom Cossa's gone in there after him. Paul Whitelam's there up the inside too. They're all together in the turn, but it's Colin Blackburn who shows coming off the straight. Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, they lead down the back straight. Tom Cossa and Wayne Rickards have slotted into that second place ahead of Matthew Moreira and Andy Wilson. Paul Whitelam's now pushing Matthew Moreira for that third place, but Colin Blackburn, he's got away here. Paul Whitelam's now trying to find a way up the inside. Once again, he's gone infield there. So Matthew Moreira is in that third place, and he's got a bit of space. Terry Saunders has now gone past Paul Whitelam for that fourth, but at the front, Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. That's where they've been all afternoon at the front. Tom Cossa, despite that excellent start, they can do nothing about Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh at the front. They are absolutely flying here. Down the back straight, Colin Blackburn. Carl Pugh leans back on the machine, picking up the drive on that back wheel as they go into this turn. One more lap to go for Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, once again showing themselves to be one of the crews to beat in this country. Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards, having come through that B final, will be delighted with this second place. So down the back straight goes Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh. They've got one more corner to go. A little bit of retribution after last year's final, that's for sure. Round they come. Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, they take the win. Tom Cosser and Wayne Rickards finish second. Matt Fimarone and Andy Wilson third. Terry Saunders and Liam Brown fourth. Trevor and Sam Heath get through for fifth. And Paul Whitelam and Richard Webb, they finish sixth in the final. So what can we say about Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh? A tremendous day's racing from them. They have been completely unbeaten all day. We knew as soon as we heard that Mark Cosser wasn't going to be here that did open up the competition. Would it be the British number 2 who took up the mantle and won this meeting? He's done exactly that. Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh, they are the Barracks Bonanza champions for 2023. They have been the crew to beat. Will they be able to take it to Mark Cosser this season? We will have to wait and see, but they've certainly hit form here today. A tremendous result once again for Colin Blackburn and Carl Pugh.
This gentleman by the side of me is Mike Austin, the man who's put on this fabulous meeting for us today. I think he's probably died 1,000 times over the last fortnight with problems of riders pulling out, the worldwide situation which obviously affects this iconic venue. So I think first of all, what few of us are left, we need a big round of applause for Mike for this fabulous effort today. Mike, thank you very much indeed, thank you. I'll hand the mic to you, Mike, and you say exactly what you want to say.
I haven't really got a lot more to say, you've got it all out of me today, Colin, but thanks everyone for coming and supporting the meeting, and it relies on that. There's been a lot of effort put in over the last couple of weeks especially, and I just want to thank the people that help us, because I get all the credit, but there's a team of people that are obviously behind me, and a huge thanks to the MOD, because it's not their fault that the operations and things that have happened recently, and they went above and beyond to make this happen with us. It's been a bit of a headache, but the meeting's done now. Those finals were brilliant. The solo final this year I think was the outstanding one for me, but thank you all for coming, and please keep supporting it, and hopefully we'll keep coming back.
Mike, thank you. That was a $64,000 question, probably impossible to answer at the moment. All things being equal, 12 months is a long time. Do you hope to be back here next year?
Yeah, I hope to be back. Like I said, it's never a given. It's Army land, and also I need to ask the people out there. It's not just down to me, but ask my wife, who's a secretary, who pulls her hair out for weeks leading up to it, with a smile on her face. But we'll have to ask everyone and see if they want to, and then work with the Army and see if we can make it happen. But I'm a bit down. I'm a bit down about not being able to race myself after my bike, but the bigger picture is the meeting, and if I can, of course, we'll bring it back, yeah.
Well done, Mike. Big round of applause again, please. You've heard it from the gentleman himself. If he can bring it back, he will bring it back. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're 1, 2, 3 in the uprights. Okay, right, we'll grab a quick word before the rain gets too heavy. Jason, first meeting back after a horrific injury, you must be absolutely delighted.
Yes, it went better than it could be expected. A few months ago, I couldn't speak, I couldn't walk. I'd had a stroke, had multiple bleeds on the brain, fractured my skull, broke my neck. Mrs. was not happy with me. But here we are, and we're having to go again. Obviously not fast enough for these boys today, but hopefully later in the season we'll get one over them.
Well then, Jason, obviously after a good result today, we're going to see you quite a bit this season.
Fingers crossed, mate.
Well done, many congratulations. Tony, I spoke to you after race 2, you said you were saving a bit for the final. Oh, you said that. Oh, did I? Oh, okay. Right. You really had to go with him in the final, but you still couldn't get at him, could you?
Yeah, no, Bob rode better than me today. Sometimes that happens. And, you know, I'm just glad to be back racing. You know, we want to get as many meetings as we can. And I've really enjoyed it.
Superb track as well, Tony.
Yeah, fab. The racing was okay. You know, I enjoyed it. Like I say, we just want to be racing, don't we?
And obviously looking to retain your upright crown later on in the season.
Well, I'm going to have to get my act together, aren't I?
Well done, Tony. Many congratulations. Bob,
superb unbeaten performance.
Yeah, Tony had it, you know, he beat me last year. I was hoping that this meeting will be a bit more in the season so we get a few more laps under our belt. I went to Holland last week to do my first meeting and more for practice. Yeah, I felt okay when I come back last week, but this track is tiring on the legs, especially the surface. Your steel shoe won't glide over, so you tend to leg trail a lot, and your muscles are not built up in your legs so early in the season. But I'm on a Dutch license, so I can't do the British Championship, so I've given him one leg up.
Well done, Bob. Thank you very much. The rain's starting to come down, so thank you very much for your 1, 2, 3 in the uprights. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Sorry, Charlie. Bye-bye. We'll grab a word then. David, only your second appearance in this country. You must be delighted the way you've ridden today.
Absolutely. The track was amazing. Further the day it was a bit grippy, but it was good to ride. Nice to see the crowd here. Absolutely, and I hope to come back soon.
And hopefully if Mike can run it again next year, you'll be first on the list to come back.
Absolutely. I think we're gonna make it.
I know well done David, well done. I know sometimes the continental lads don't like the ropes and the stakes, you're more used to a boarded circuit, but they had no fear for you today.
No, it was, we had the 2 first rounds, and after it, gas. Yeah.
Well done and many congratulations on your superb English. Thank you very much, Dave Merrick. Thank you. Charlie, I was in the box last night. You fell off the back of Mark. The bike went over you, and I thought, my God, we've lost Mark Cosser and Charlie Powell for tomorrow. But you've done a magnificent job today.
You know, I woke up this morning, I felt a bit stiff, but yeah, obviously I had to come here and give it a go. So it went really well, to be fair, so it was good.
Tremendous race for you and Dave as well. Superb, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first 2 laps of Dave was brilliant. I didn't even know Chris was there.
I was going to say, you were probably so engaged you didn't realise that Chris was hunting you down all the time.
When we went down the back straight, I looked to the left and I thought it was Dave, and I see it was Chris. I thought, oh, here we go. So, but you know, it was a good day for everyone, and I hope everyone enjoyed it.
So early in the season, great result for you and a fantastic meeting.
That's it, yeah. It's only second meeting of the year over here, so yeah, it's good. I'm really pleased with it.
Well done, Charlie. Many congratulations. Charlie Powell, your runner-up. Chris, were you watching this epic scrap while you were in third place?
Well, I was just trying to make sure I stayed on myself because it was quite a demanding track today. But yeah, no, I think with them slipping up on each other, then it sort of made it a bit easier for me. So I watched the B final and I just thought there's a little bit on the inside there which nobody's really used, and it looked a bit smoother, so I thought I'm going to stick to there when I don't make the start, and yeah, it paid off. I was just lucky, so I was speaking to Power there, and he was just going a bit wide, and if he didn't lift so hard I think he would have just managed to stick it there and keep it. Yeah, I was lucky, it was the right place at the right time.
I think you said he was under so much pressure he drifted wide and just left you that gap, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that's the name of the game, is keep under pressure, and yeah, hopefully it paid off, and it did tonight, or today, so yeah, but no, he rode well today.
Early in the season, but a tremendous start for you, Chris.
Yeah, it was good. I don't do a lot of grass tracks, so I'm hoping to do more this year. That was the plan, so yeah, it was good, and well done to everyone involved here to get it on, and you know, thanks for the patience for the fans while they worked on the track. You know, without your patience, it wouldn't have happened, so thank you very much.
I think the work was well worthwhile because the quality of the racing after the track had been worked on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it needed doing. I think if they didn't do it, it would have been no good to race, really. So I think with the delays we had, it paid off in the end, especially to have the finals that they did.
Well done, Chris. Many congratulations. Chris Harris, your winner. Thank you very much for your 1, 2, 3. Dave Marrick, Charlie Powell, and Chris Harris. Thank you very much, Jim, my mate. Thank you. Well done, mate. Well done. Well done. Okay, mate. Right, we'll grab a word then. Third place, Matt Fumarola, Andy Wilson. Matt, it's early days. We've made a terrific start to the season.
Yeah, we've made quite a lot of changes to the bike from last year. We're still playing around with setup, but it's getting better each meeting. The old boy on the back's getting better each meeting, so it's all coming together, and hopefully it comes together at the right time.
You look to be carrying a fair bit of speed today as well.
Yeah, like my weight really. But no, the bike felt really good. We had an issue in the second heat. Luckily Mark Costa turned up and we nicked some bits off his bike, and it was absolutely superb for the third, fourth and the final.
Andy, great performance today.
Yeah, I mean, all credit to the club. I mean, the track's ridden brilliant all day. I mean, it's been consistent, it's been driving and hard work, but because they've done so much prep work on it, it's just been a pleasure to ride. You know, you really enjoyed every race, so yeah, it's been a fantastic day.
And unfortunately, with the loss of so many big meetings, we really do need meetings like this, don't we?
Oh, absolutely. This is, it feels like a grass track of old, you know, when you had sort of the big national meetings. This has got that feel about it. You want to perform here. It feels good to ride here. I mean, the quality of the field. I mean, we said in the pits, the B final was an A final. You know, it's when you've got that class of field and a club that puts this amount of effort in, you're on to a winner. It's fantastic. It's what the sport needs.
Thank you very much indeed. Right, we go along to Tom and Wayne. Tom, you were obviously riding for elder brother today to try and do what he did last year. Great effort, but you just couldn't get to Colin.
In all fairness, I ride for myself. When me and Mark are on track, you know, we are different. We're brothers off the track, it is what it is. But no, we were T29 out there today.
And obviously you seem to get better with each race.
Yeah, I had a bit of a warm-up last night. Wayne weren't there, but yeah, we had a few issues. Last heat, we had a gear selector come loose, hit false neutral. Luckily, my brother was here and rectified it for me. But yeah, no, we had a good day.
Tough way to get through to the final, Wayne, because that B final was as good as an A final, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we worked our magic and got through.
Now, you didn't do too many grass tracks last year, Tom. Hopefully we're going to see more of you this year.
Yeah, without a doubt. Unfortunately, I run my own business, so time's difficult to come across. But yeah, without a doubt, you'll see a lot more of me and Wayne this year.
Good. The way you've ridden today, that's going to be a joy to behold.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. First meeting of the year. Track was awesome, nice and grippy, how we like it. The bike was perfect, so it's a setting stone for the rest of the year.
Well done, mate. Many congratulations. Colin, after being the bridesmaid last year, you're the bridegroom this year.
Yeah, no, good. We're pleased. I was fairly determined today, to be fair, and the track, the size and the shape and the grippiness, I did like it. So now I was, as I say, I was fairly determined, and it paid off.
Great start to the season, unbeaten at Tallington and unbeaten again today.
Yeah, we've probably like last year. We didn't do many meetings last year, but we did well in all we did, and probably be the same again. I shan't be doing many meetings this year, but the ones I do, I'll be fairly determined.
Well then, Carl, great performance.
Yeah, you can't get better than unbeaten all day, can you, really?
You enjoyed the track like everybody else?
Well, it's a hell of a difference to last year. He rode really well, really drivey all day. Yeah, can't fault it.
And Colin said you're not going to be too many meetings, but you often drop on the back of somebody else, don't you?
Well, I've known to, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll just have a quick move back to Tom. Tom, what is the news on Mark? That was quite a nasty spill last night.
Yeah, just a racing incident really. He's got a bit of muscle damage. We don't fully know the extent. He's been to hospital, but he's around, he's walking, he's talking. We've just got to do some building on the bikes now, because we took a heavy hit on the two bikes that we had there at Kings Lynn, so we've just got work to do on that, and I'm sure Mark will be out in the next week or two.
Well done, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, you're 1, 2, 3 in the superb 1000cc sidecars. Show your appreciation. Thank you.
So that's it for the 2023 Barracks Bonanza. We've seen some fantastic racing, we've got some very worthy champions, and we are looking forward to the Barracks Bonanza for 2024 already. Thank you for joining us here on Speedway Portal. My name's Gareth Bemister. I hope you've enjoyed the grass track today, and hopefully we will see you trackside very soon.